Hey all, Spud here from my creative community, and today I want to talk to you about the Community Collaboration Toolkit and why this is something that I bring with me to every single one of the gatherings that I facilitate. For those of you that facilitate or lead organizations and communities, you know that conversations can go a multitude of ways. And oftentimes when you're trying to guide those conversations, sometimes you need a bag of tricks where you can lead a conversation in a more strategic way, or maybe lead it more into a team building kind of connection activity. And so today we're going to talk about this. We're going to do a little unboxing or an unbagging to share why this is the thing that I bring with me to every single group, because it has everything that I need to facilitate those type of conversations. So let's dive right in. First, you are going to get this little bag, which doubles as the carrying case for all the goodies, but you can also use this for other things. So I have lots of these bags that I bring with me. One has a bunch of Post-it notes in it, one has a bunch of markers, and so I can just easily kind of carry this with me to a gathering. You can also use it for your tech gear, so lots of different ways. You can use it for toiletries if you really wanted to. But let's show you what is inside this space. So you're going to get 3 different decks of cards here. You're going to get a placemaking deck of cards, an elements deck, and a curiosity deck. And so these are the 3 main kind of facilitator tools that I'll use with groups. In addition to that, you're going to get this little field guide, the Creative Communities field guide. You're going to get a facilitator guide and the book Designing Creative Communities, and all of that in this little carrying case. So here's everything that comes in the Community Collaboration Toolkit. We'll walk you through things one by one to just give you a little flyby. Here's just for those that are curious about the inside. It's all got all kinds of different zippers and pouches and things for markers. So you can really store all of your facilitation gear in this tiny small bag, hence the name. In addition to that, let's go through the booklets and then we'll dive into the card deck. So this book gives you a bunch of stories and inspiration and frameworks for how to guide communities and organizations to a more creative, strategic, thriving space. And so it's filled with all kinds of tips and tricks over the years. And so you'll get a signed copy of that book, everyone. In addition, you're going to get the facilitator guide, and this facilitator guide is broken up into the same structure as the book. So all of the content that you're hearing here is mirrored in the facilitator guide with tangible activities that you can use with groups of people. Each one is broken into a different step. So you'll see this is for step 3, and then you will find different activities. This one's the grow your team activity, and then it includes timing, materials, all of that is sort of included here. So you'll have a whole bunch of different activities. There's over, I believe, 100 pages of facilitator activities and tricks that I use with lots of groups that I work with. In addition to that, you'll also get this little field guide, and the field guide is designed to be something tangible that can be taken out into the spaces that you work to actually apply a lot of these concepts. Again, we talk about this in the book, but community evolves in lots of different ways, and so you can figure out which part of the process that your group is most closely connected to, and then immediately dive into that, and there's some tangible activities and homework assignments and help you to build prototypes and things like that in your community. So you'll get all 3 of these booklets inside the toolkit. In addition to that, you get these 3 different card decks. Now, these are the card decks that I use pretty regularly in my work. I'm going to walk you through each one very briefly, and then there's some additional videos online if you want to dig into any of them in more granular details of how to apply them. The first one, the biggest one here, is the placemaking deck. Each of these card decks will come with a little kind of cheat sheet. It's a little booklet that shows you some activities and things that you can use. So you'll find that in each one. This card deck consists of lots of different image cards. And so you can use image cards in so many different ways. It's one of the most, I think, adaptable facilitator techniques. So you can use this to get people to find an image that speaks to a vision of their organization or community that they want to pursue, a challenge that they're trying to overcome. But in addition, the trick about these, so there's lots of different image cards you can buy online. This one has a kind of added twist to it, and the twist is on the back. And so all of these cards are broken into one of 2 things. They're either broken into place cards, which represent physical places, or they're broken up into item cards, which represent physical items. And you can use these image cards in a really intentional way, given that they are broken up. And so placemaking deck, again, you can find a lot of resources online, but there are activities to help people really reimagine the communities around them. And you can do that in lots of different ways. So that's the placemaking deck. Again, this is one of the probably the best card decks that I will use with a group in lots of different flexible ways. In addition to that, you're also going to get the Elements deck. Now, the Elements deck is for conversations where you want to move a group in a more strategic direction. So again, you'll come with a little cheat sheet booklet here. And then all of these cards are broken into different steps. And so this is cards related to sustaining efforts with partners. There are cards related to asking probing questions. And what you will find on the other side of these cards are individual elements that are really important for designing meaningful communities and organizations. And so you can actually like work through all of these. What are our core values? What is the target group that we're trying to really reach? And so you'll see tons and tons of different elements. So this helps a group that's trying to figure out how to strategically decide what they need to work on within an organization. So you can use these elements decks in lots of creative ways, but specifically around more strategic conversations. So that is your elements deck. Lastly, you've got the Curiosity deck, which is probably a fan favorite. The Curiosity deck consists of a bunch of questions that people would be curious to know of one another. Got your little cheat sheet here. Lots of question cards that say, I'm curious to know more. And then on the other side, you'll see the question card, right? When did you have to make a decision that changed everything? And there are a whole range of cards on here for people to ask through. So each of these decks consists of 72 cards. And so this is a really great deck if you're trying to do some team building and connection amongst your group that you work with. So you got the team building connection cards used really well on the front end of the gathering. You've got the elements card, which are really helpful if you're trying to do kind of strategic conversations. And then you've got the placemaking deck, which can be used in a variety of ways, everything from team building alignment to strategic kind of vision casting as a group. So a couple of different card decks. And then again, these books, which are designed to tell you how to put these things into practice, especially this one, the Facilitator Guide. We'll walk you through a couple activities that you can do with these cards, but then also a lot of activities that you don't even need these card decks for. So that is the small bag full of lots of ideas because it is my go-to as a facilitator. Hopefully this is helpful for you. If it is, check it out on the store. I would love to share a signed copy of all of this with you to share with your team. All right, have a good one.